I always begin my day with reading, and you'll always find me in the middle of two books, a nonfiction and a fiction. So right now I'm reading Toxic Positivity as my nonfiction book. I am a healing perfectionist, so this book has been really, really helpful in grounding my mind in the morning and making me realize that like not every single day needs to be peak productivity or peak perfection. It can just be a day. Love her insights. I love the studies she brings in, the personal stories she talks about. So definitely recommend this if you're like me and you used to be an anxious perfectionist or you consider yourself to be more anxious perfectionist now. This is definitely helpful. And then I'm also reading Love Wager by Lynn Painter. I love her books and I just started it on my chapter 1, but I was in a little bit of a book slump this past week because I finished 4 books back to back, like read a book a day, and they were all so good. And then afterwards I like needed a minute and I was like, I don't want to go from really, really good books to bad books. So giving this a shot because I love the author, and I usually journal some of my thoughts. I'm not really strict about journaling. It's usually a few sentences. Sometimes it can be a few pages, but that's what I'm doing right now before I'm going to get ready and go to the gym. Good morning, it is Monday, December 9th, and I'm going to walk you through a few days in my life as a holistic wellness counselor. So today's a Monday. Monday and Wednesdays I see clients in person, and that's like early afternoon till nighttime. And then Tuesday, Thursdays, I see people more in the morning, early afternoon, just virtually. Then Fridays, I work on more admin stuff. I write my newsletter, I do treatment plans. And then the weekend, I tend to kind of relax, catch up on work when I need to. I'm also a part-time grad student getting my licensed mental health counseling training. And so I'm on a little bit of a break for that. That just ended. My first year just ended. I have 2 more to go. So with that kind of time that I just gained for the next month on break, I decided to pick up the camera and start filming my life and sharing some of the stuff I'm learning as a soul in her 20s, navigating the ups and downs of life, but also as a clinician in training. So I have about an hour left before I have to go to the office that I rent space at and see some in-person clients. And I'm just gonna complete some more emails, treatment planning, and reflecting on the week to come. Very delicious. Hello, I just got to work. I rent space at the Grounded Soul. That's where I see my in-person clients on Long Island. And it is literally the most peaceful place on the planet. I'm gonna show you a look around. So I got here a little bit early to show you guys this space and get situated, and now I'm just gonna continue my treatment planning and wait for my first client to come. I love my job so freaking much. I thought I was gonna be a virtual girly, like only see clients online and get to travel and do all these things, but then I started to see people in person, and like it altered the brain chemistry that I have around counseling, because I love to connect with my clients and see them and give them a hug if they need a hug and just interact in person. I started my business during COVID, so it kind of had to be virtual, and I didn't realize how valuable in-person sessions really are until I started doing it. So I forgot to mention before, but I also do equine assisted counseling, and that obviously has to be in person because you need to use a horse and you're on a ranch. I do that Fridays, Saturdays. Right now it's the winter, that's why I didn't really mention it, and I only see, I think, 3 clients right now in the winter. The rest come back in the spring because it does get kind of cold here in New York. And I'm gonna sip my smoothie, do some of my treatment planning, and then I will check in with you during my 20-minute break. So I just finished 4 back-to-back clients, a mix of wellness counseling, ITA, energy medicine, in-person, virtual, all that good stuff. Now I'm having an early dinner because I'm not gonna get out of here till 8 p.m. and I will be hangry, and I cannot be a hangry therapist. It won't go over well, so I'm having myself a little bit of an early dinner, and then I am going to finish up my last 2 clients, go home, take a shower, jump into bed, and watch YouTube videos with peppermint tea and chocolate. So it's probably gonna be the next clip that you see. But I wanted to hop in here to say that I literally love Mondays so much because I have that morning to myself, and then I see a bunch of clients and they're like all different types of people presenting with all different types of like concerns or problems I want to talk about, and just being able to talk to so many different people and like connect with them and tell stories and introduce them to new tools and work on their energy systems, or just kind of work on some of their thought patterns and their cognitive distortions. Like, this lights me up. Like, I'm literally like, my cheeks are buzzing with just happiness. And I'm so grateful that I get to walk this way of life and be in this career. And I'm really excited that I decided to pick up the camera and share this with you. Because if you're someone who's maybe feeling some self-doubt, some anxiety, going through life transitions, if you're in your 20s and you just kind of feel like you're falling behind, or you're like having trouble finding yourself, just because you're not like critical, or you're in like a clinical depression or something, like, you are still worthy of getting help. You are still worthy of talking to someone and processing your thoughts with a clinician and really finding yourself in a way through therapy. And so this is your sign that if you've been thinking about speaking to someone or seeking help, whether it be more holistic or more clinical, you can still do that even if you're not like really struggling mentally. You can do that just to talk. It's actually so helpful. So I still see my therapist that I saw back, I started seeing her in 2019 when I really wasn't doing well mentally, and I still see her today. Less, I don't see her every week. I see her maybe once or twice a month, but she's so helpful. I feel like my evolution and my growth is like expedited because I have someone who like knows my story, knows me personally, and I'm able to come to her with like little problems that come up because life just kind of brings up some problems. And so this is your sign to think about getting counseling, thinking about going and speaking to someone if you feel like you could really benefit from those types of conversations, from that like partnership, that therapeutic relationship that you create together. Because some of my clients are really struggling. Some of my clients are coming just to kind of process things and work through little stuff, and it's equally as valuable. You are worthy and deserving of seeking help. And I promise you that even if you show up to therapy and you don't really like have anything to say, your therapist is gonna love that, because then you can kind of like dive even deeper into some topics or get to know each other and like foster that therapeutic relationship. So you don't even need to go into a therapy session with like a problem or something wrong, because humans tend to just like heal through connection. And depending on the clinician's like therapy style and intervention, there's a lot of other stuff you can do. For example, I will do EFT tapping on some things if my clients come in and they don't really have any, problems that week. We explore a topic that has been concerning for them, and we do some like deeper healing on that. Or we get to know each other a little bit better, or we think about maybe some like future goals and how we can create a space and a routine in our everyday lives to align with our like highest selves, align with that future version of ourselves we want to become. So that's my little TED talk right now about how much I love my job and how much I think that every single person should go to some type of counseling at some point in their lives, because it really does help you heal, grow, and align with like the highest version of yourself. So now I only have 10 minutes to eat my little dinner, so I'm going to do that, see my last 2 clients, and then I'm going to have a really cozy evening at home. And I'm very excited to take a shower, make some tea, potentially snuggle with my dog. I don't know. Come here. I also get to snuggle with this one. He's like, what is that? Is it a treat? to a treat. Isn't he adorable in his little sleigh? Hello, I'm back home. I'm in my PJs. I'm exhausted, but it's that type of tired you get from just like doing an entire day full of soul work. So feeling good, a little tired. I'm gonna drink some chamomile tea, watch Vlogmas, read another chapter of my book, and then go to bed. I have another very, very busy day tomorrow.